Well, okay then. We know the official name of the League of Legends fighting game now. Project L is now 2XKO, which, I mean, okay. I've been boggled a little bit by this name because I've been sitting there saying it to myself, right? 2XKO. It's like a 4-letter, well, a number and 3 letters abbreviation that takes more syllables to say than Street Fighter. Like Smash Bros. It's like just from a mouthfeel point of view, I'm kind of like, wait, what? No, why would you? Project L is like Project L, like that kind of worked for me, but 2XKO is that doesn't roll off the tongue. How are you supposed to say that? How are you supposed like? Oh wait, I guess actually like it does kind of work at like in an Evo announcer thing, like 2XKO, like that kind of works, but 2XKO, like how do you say that in casual conversation? 2XKO. Oh no, I've been playing some 2XKO, like Street Fighter, easy, 2 syllables. Street Fighter, well, more than 2 syllables, but like that, snappy, right? Tekken, ja, Smash Bros, ooh, easy, 2XKO. It's in the game, EA Sports. Like it feels more like that, right? Anyway, that's a bunch of nonsensical rambling from. I'm gonna play the fucking game. It's not like. Yeah, I've been kind of excited for Project L. So let's look at the trailer where they announced the new game. Maybe we'll see some stuff. Maybe they'll drop a few details about some characters. Okay, it looks much the same. Bilgewater background, nice. Wait, was that a bit of talking animation? That looks nice.
Stand with me. We call the weak. Starting now. Replay.
Ooh.
Throw down.
My girl. God, she looks good. No voice acting for her yet, I see. I guess they haven't recorded those lines. Okay, so yeah, it's clearly still in development. But okay, so the Ionia stage looks much the same as it has. Little detail of what kind of looks like a Spirit Blossom fox creature, just sort of hanging out there. There's some things I'm noticing about, like you look at the Spirit Fox creature over here, or the fox creature. Is that black outline around it that sort of marks it out from the background of the environment? That's quite nice, and seems to be shared by other, like, actors in the scene. I wonder if that's also in the Bilgewater bit. Because, like, that black outline thing, that's like a sort of classic cell shading thing, right? Like, that really... Oh, variable line weight. Nice. I don't know if that was there in the previous previews we got of their rendering tech. Because, like, here we have these very angular, right? Like, you see these very angular lines that outline the boundaries of the character. Okay, no. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not seeing those same heavy black outlines that I saw on the fox, on the NPCs in the background, which is interesting. Does that mean there's another reason for the fox to be distinct from the background? Or does that just mean the Bilgewater stage is not complete yet? Because it could just be the Bilgewater stage is not complete. I do feel like some of the characters in the backgrounds there feel a little bit first pass on the rendering. But the environment design here is gorgeous. This looks like... I mean, this could just be any Bilgewater Tavern stage generic. But some features of this tavern stage, when I saw it, felt familiar to the Ruined King game specifically. Like, it feels like this really does feel like they have very much taken the visual style of the Ruined King game and sort of imported it into what Project L is doing, which I approve of, because the Ruined King game had a great sense of style, especially in Bilgewater. Like, it really, really defined a compelling look for... I'm going to turn the audio off because I'm going to be pausing and unpausing like this. It really defined a compelling look for what Bilgewater could be. Like, you have this like Buru statue here, right? Like, that looks kind of like Buru architecture of some kind, and then there's the ship structure with playing just like that. Yeah, that's a Buru altar. That's actually a Buru altar. Look at that stone altar being used as a bar front. That is cool. With it, where they've just like built a giant Bilgewater bar around it. That is quite like as environment design. That's really nice. I like that. Okay, let me just see if I can frame by frame my. This isn't. Oh, it's because it's 1440p. Let me put it down to 1080. Which, ooh, that does tank the quality a bit, but it does let me frame by frame my way through it. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of talkie animation on Ari there. Which is interesting, because I don't feel like I'm seeing that much in the other characters, but she gets... Because, like, the thing about, like, if you want a character to be able to talk, they need a facial rig, right? Like, they need a rig in their model that is designed to allow them to do the lip and mouth movements that you want to have for talking. At least if the talking is going to look good at all, right? The character needs to be set up to support it in the rigging. And I guess Ari is. Okay. I still wish they'd gone a little bit more with her darker, feral, sort of angrier, ruined king game look for Project L. I don't think it's worth doing an animation breakdown necessarily of this trailer, but a little bit of that classic, like, hit, freeze the character, wiggle them back and forth a little bit to get the impact. But it does look fucking good. Like, this is not, I wouldn't say that this is quite on the level of Arxis, right? Like, this is not quite on the level of, like, a Guilty Gear thing in terms of how well they stylize, like 3D models to look like flat 2D characters, but they're clearly going for something similar. Ooh, that yellow outline around it. They're clearly going for something similar where, like, I think when the camera pushes in like this, they're probably doing a bunch of cheating to camera. Like, they're probably distorting a bunch of proportions in order to make the shot work. In kind of the same way that Arxis is probably, well, not probably, in the same way that Arxis is doing, in their games, which I think is quite cool. Let me just get the resolution back up so I can see what the hell is going on. Okay. These fellas in the background here. Ah, damn it. Don't get time to see. Get out of the way, Yasuo. I want to see the background characters. They seem to be having a good time. Some nice variety in the character design in the backgrounds as well. Are they boyfriends? I'm going to headcanon that those two guys in the background are boyfriends. Like, yeah, surely they're cheating to camera here, right? They must be. Here, I would genuinely suspect that if we could free cam and sort of pull away from Echo and watch him from the side on, I would suspect that actually as he does this up into camera, that, like, his arm is literally becoming longer and bigger than it realistically could be, in order to really give that deep perspective, like, close-up look thing. Like, I'd be very interested to see like rips of the 3D models in action, not from within the game's perspective, like without the game's camera perspective, and see what the characters look like when they're animating. I want to see the ways, like, I want to see how much they cheat to camera and how they do it, because, like, there are also reasons not to cheat to camera. For example, if you want the character to do the pose in a way where you can freely swap, like, move the camera around them, like, sometimes you want to not cheat to camera. You want to make a character that's, like, consistent three-dimensionally from all angles. And I'm curious, like, because I also wonder about the lighting, because, like, I know that, again, in Arxis games, where they also do this cell shading look, right? Exactly where the light source is in any given scene is, like, a matter of, like, someone handcrafts that shit almost frame to frame to get the light, like not necessarily to be naturalistic or consistent with the light sources in the environment, but to get the light to be like dramatic in the way that they want it for highlighting the character in the action that they're doing. And I'm wondering if they got something similar going on there, because I think, and I'm not 100% sure, because like I would expect that during like a cutscene attack, right? I would not be surprised if they swapped character models real quick. Like that this close-up, highly animated sort of character model might be a different rig, or an entirely different model that this looks very similar to the one that like does the combat movements in battle, sort of depending on what needs they have for it. Like, and that's all the technical animation detail about Project L. I really, Ben, if you're listening, please release documentary videos about that. I want to see it. I want to see how you do it. I want to see if you're cheating to camera. I want to see if you're model swapping. I want to see if you're breaking the models. I want alternate camera angles on all of the shit. Give it to me. Show it to me. Please. Anyway. Ooh, right. The technical animation on Echo's little gizmo would be interesting to take a look at. Because, like, good flash frame. But then, my girl, no voice acting on her yet. So, like, clearly she's in a much more complete state than she was last time we saw her. But clearly not even close to being finalized. Which, like, I don't know if that's because they haven't actually written her yet. Like, all of the, like, because depending on insofar as the game has a story mode, maybe there's, like, a campaign thing where you have to have a lot of voice lines. And, like, maybe they just haven't finished writing all of that shit yet, because I imagine that would probably come down the line. But the stylization on her gauntlet there, like, look at that. Like, with the... Oh, I actually really fucking dig that. Because, like Illaoi, her gear, a lot of the stuff she wears, like, it has a tendency to be very, like, it's very rigid, but, like, look how rough-hewn and, like, illustration-like everything is on her character model. Like a little bit out of perspective, like, looking a little bit wobbly and weird, but, like, in that good way where it looks like the character has been drawn by hand. Oh, that's good. That's really good. And, like, I love the line weight that they're using on the outlines of these 3D models is real pretty. Like, I think there's probably a few instances where, like, it looks a little bit chunky in a way that's not perfect when you freeze frame it, but, like, as a series of stylizations, gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. I can't wait to do that, like to slam people into the ground left and right like a Tom and Jerry cartoon with Illaoi tentacles. Oh, absolutely. That is my shit. Give that to me. Give that to me right now. I will be playing Illaoi. I don't have a fucking style in fighting games. I'm shit at fighting games. I'm terrible at them, but regardless of whether her playstyle fits me or not, I'll be playing Illaoi. But no, yeah, like, everything... I would have to frame by frame my way through the whole goddamn thing and compare. But, like, generally the animation quality looks higher. And looks much more resolved into a consistent style than it was in the previous trailer that we saw. Like, there's some things about the movement aesthetics, like that little... Echo's little thing tumbling end over end. Hang on. Let me just... set the playback speed to a quarter here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. That's good. And, like, the liquid feel of the tentacles as they sort of... Oh, we're cheating to camera again. The tentacle... Ah, that's cool. The tentacles, like, swooping in front of the screen here, like, whoop, whoop, whoop. That's... I bet you money that they're not physically connected to the idol. I bet you money that they get spawned in as objects just to sort of swoosh past the camera to give that look. But they're not all physically connected to the idol, and so they'll just vanish out of camera. I bet you money. No, I won't bet you money, because who knows how they do it, but... Yeah, it really does look... Hey, Scuttle Crab! With a little barrel on him. Got a Yordle playing the piano. Got a Shark Man in the background. Kablamo! Kerslamo! I'm still not sold on 2x KO. I think it'll grow on me. I think 2x KO will grow on me. I'll sort of get used to it and be like, oh, okay. Like 2x KO. Like that, I'll find the rhythm for how to make it flow off the tongue. Some people might just abbreviate it to 2x or whatever. But I still prefer Project L. Like Project L. Like, especially because, like, there's so many opportunities for jokes about taking the L with that name. But, you know, they probably wanted the name to be more associated with victory, so double KO, right? That you, like, because it's a 2v2 fighter, you knock out 2 people. So it's like, yeah, 2x KO, in order to win, you have to get 2 KOs, which, sure, that makes sense. I don't know if I'm 100% sold on some of Ari's animation looking at... Ooh! Okay. On some of Ari's animation looking at... There's a few instances where I feel like she's a little stiff in her posing. That maybe she needs something a little bit more... like, that twists her torso a little bit. Like, that gets a little bit more of a thing going. Maybe. Again, I'd have to look at it more closely. But generally, like, the posing on these characters is fantastic. Anyway, I'm just kind of sitting here doing half of an animation breakdown. Not so much a reaction anymore. The trailer looks great. Like, the game is clearly progressing, which I appreciate and enjoy. And, like, the visual style looks really good so far. Like, clearly unfinished. I think some of Darius's animation in some spots... Also, like when he does his little cutscene attack in just a second. Like the swinging of the axe. Not yet, but here. Like when he lands. There was some of it that... Yeah, here. Where like a lot of twist and stretch goes on. So it's like, it's not bad animation. It's just that motion, that like swinging it back and swinging it forward. He felt a little bit too vertical. Like he felt a little bit like something more wild could be going on with his physicality. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. 2x KO. I will play it. I don't think I have a choice. I'm gonna have to. It really does look good in motion. Anyway, that's it. That's it. That's the reaction. That's the reaction to the thing. See you back here when they release a cinematic trailer for it, I guess. Bye.